Do you know how much money is stolen each year? Do you know how many people spend their life savings trying to track it down? The answer is staggering. And yet amidst all this, there are a few cases that stand out. Stories so mysterious they captivate the public's imagination and leave investigators baffled. So sit back, because today we're diving into one such enigma, the fortune that disappeared without a trace. Imagine this, a vast fortune built over decades, worth hundreds of millions, then one day it's just gone. No bankruptcy, no headlines, no paper trail, just vanished. But how does a fortune just vanish? Well, meet Edward Hale, a name that might not ring a bell. He wasn't a celebrity, not a Wall Street giant, not the face of some empire. In fact, he was the opposite. Discreet, quiet, operating in the shadows of global finance. Through obscure holding companies and silent partnerships, Edward built what experts estimated to be a fortune worth over $600 million. He invested in shipping routes, oil contracts, and rare metals, as well as private banks that no one had ever heard of. To the outside world, he looked untouchable. To those who knew him, he was cautious, meticulous, almost paranoid. And paranoia has a reason. Soon the cracks in Edward's empire would begin to show. But how do you hide a fortune? Let's find out. It began quietly. Accounts once overflowing with cash were suddenly closed. Subsidiaries vanished from registries overnight. Employees who worked for shell companies showed up one morning to find the offices empty, as if the business had never existed. Friends and even close family members noticed something strange. Calls went unanswered. Meetings were cancelled. Edward's presence, both in person and in the financial markets, simply evaporated. By the time lawyers attempted to trace his holdings, almost 90% of the fortune had disappeared. Not spent, not transferred to charities, not seized by governments, just gone. The question was simple. Where did the money go? The answer, not so simple. There are three main theories about what really happened to Edward's fortune. Theory 1, the fraud that never was. Some believe the fortune was smoke and mirrors all along, inflated valuations, fake shell companies, assets listed on paper but never truly owned. If this was true, Edward wasn't rich at all. He was a financial illusionist, keeping everyone hypnotized until the day the curtain fell. Theory 2, the offshore escape. Others insist the money was real but deliberately hidden, vast transfers routed through offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands, Liechtenstein, or Dubai. Entire fortunes can be buried in places where banks ask no questions and regulators look the other way. If Edward did this, then somewhere, in some secret account, the fortune may still exist, waiting, untouched. Theory 3, the inside conspiracy. And then there is the darkest possibility, that Edward didn't lose his fortune. It was taken. Trusted partners, family members, lawyers with the right signatures and access to the right safe. With wealth of that magnitude, betrayal isn't an accident, it's almost inevitable. So let's examine the evidence. On August 8, 2006, a document was filed in Singapore. It was a corporate transfer, unremarkable except for two things: the sum involved, over $40 million, and the name of the receiving company, Midas Touch Investments Limited. Midas Touch was registered in the British Virgin Islands, a tax haven known for its strict secrecy laws. The document showed that the money came from a Swiss bank and was intended for Midas Touch, but here's the catch. As far as anyone can tell, Midas Touch doesn't exist. The company was never found. The money vanished into thin air. Edward Hale died in 2011, and when his estate was opened, the executors were shocked. They found no record of the fortune. Bank accounts were closed, assets were untraceable. It was as if Edward had lived a life of luxury without ever owning anything. Then there's the vault. In the heart of Zurich, there's a bank known for handling the wealth of the ultra-rich. In the late 90s, Edward Hale stored gold bars in one of their vaults. These weren't ordinary bars. They represented a significant portion of his fortune. But when investigators checked the vault in 2008, the gold was gone. There was no record of sale, no transfer, no movement. It was as if the gold had been spirited away in the dead of night. But why? Why would Edward have done this? His businesses were legitimate, his investments sound. He wasn't facing any financial crisis. The only hint comes from the people who knew him best. Edward Hale was a deeply private man, almost to the point of paranoia. He kept detailed records, not just of his finances, but of everyone he interacted with. Over the years, he amassed a library of files, names, addresses, phone numbers, even birthdays. Some saw it as an eccentric hobby, others a disturbing obsession. When his mansion was searched, investigators found a secret room filled with cameras and listening devices. Edward wasn't just prepared, he was hypervigilant. So why would he have hidden his wealth? The answer may lie in the nature of his fortune. Unlike most billionaires, Edward Hale wasn't a household name. He didn't own iconic brands or famous landmarks. His wealth was tied to complex financial instruments and offshore holdings. If Edward vanished, would anyone even notice? Could he have lost his fortune and no one would ever know? As for his secretive nature, maybe it was just that, a preference for privacy, or maybe it was a calculated move to avoid the spotlight. After all, when you're hiding in plain sight, it's easy to overlook the obvious. So was Edward Hale a master of disguise, a financial Houdini who made his fortune disappear at will? Or was he a victim of his own success, a casualty of a system he thought he could beat? Maybe the truth lies somewhere in between. The thing about Edward Hale's story is that it's not unique. In fact, it's more common than you might think. Every year, trillions of dollars go missing, companies vanish, assets disappear, leaving investors high and dry. And while some cases are the result of fraud or mismanagement, others point to a darker reality. A world where money is laundered through offshore accounts, hidden in plain sight. The question is, how do you protect yourself against the invisible? How do you spot the signs of financial fraud? And most importantly, how do you recover your money once it's gone? It's a question that keeps financial investigators up at night. And it's the very reason we started WealthQuest TV. At WealthQuest TV, we dig deeper. We expose the hidden world of financial crime and help you spot the warning signs. From offshore tax havens to hidden ownership structures, we break down the tactics the rich and powerful use to hide their money. And we share the insights with you, because knowledge is the first step to safeguarding your wealth. Our team combs through public records, uncovers hidden connections, and exposes the secrets that others miss. Whether it's a shady investment, a suspicious business deal, or a hidden offshore account, we shine a light on it. And we don't stop until we get to the bottom of it. You see, the truth is, financial crime is evolving. Fraudsters are becoming more sophisticated, and the lines between legal and illegal are getting blurred. That's why you need someone on your side who's dedicated to staying ahead of the game. Someone who understands the tactics, the loopholes, and the tricks of the trade. So if you're ready to take control of your financial future and uncover the secrets the elite are hiding, subscribe to our channel now. Join our community of financial investigators and stay one step ahead. Together, we can navigate the complexities of global finance and protect our hard-earned wealth. Remember, knowledge is the key to safeguarding your financial future, so don't wait. Subscribe now and join the movement towards financial transparency and security. Let's uncover the truth together. And as always, remember to follow for more updates. Your journey to financial literacy starts here and continues with every click. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep securing your financial future.